Welcome to the social space, everybody. Yay, clapping, we're clapping. The applause sign is flashing everywhere.
Balloons,
it's wonderful.
confetti.
Balloons, confetti. Yeah, the band. Did you hear the band?
Yeah.
I don't either. Okay. The symphony is right outside the door. They're tuning up, ready for the social space this week. I'm Chris Horgan. That's Jackie Hager. There's Andrew Bell. This is Regan Nabors with us today. And we are so glad to be here because we're going to talk Texas Ranch Roundup.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be July if it wasn't the Ranch Roundup.
I love that I work for the city now because I don't walk over there. I just drive the car over there, like while they're setting up, and we just get the sneak preview.
We need volunteers.
And look, okay, good.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, I work. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get some business out of the way first because we always have to thank our great sponsors. News Channel 6, great people. Town Square Media, great people. Falls Truck Center, great people. 4 Stars Auto Ranch, bunch of great people, all working in different entities, but with the same cause of supporting this show. That's what they all work for, right?
They do.
Yep.
They don't.
Great sponsors.
Why work for rent or mortgage or groceries or gas? Just work to sponsor the social space. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I think so. Regan, let's cowboy up and talk a little bit about what the Ranch Roundup is all about. Tell us about you and your involvement in it.
Okay, well, I am originally from Wichita Falls, so I know all about the Ranch Roundup, seeing it from when we moved here. It's our 42nd year this year, which is amazing.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And basically, we were the very first Ranch Roundup in the nation. So a lot of the ones all the rest of them that you see out and about have taken bits and pieces from ours to make their own in hopes of winning and then getting to compete in November for the grand prize. So we're really proud of it, and it's also very unique in the fact that it's a fundraiser.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And so it was created back in 1981 to raise money for the North Texas Rehab Center, West Texas Rehab Center, and the West Texas Boys Ranch.
What I'm really proud of is it's almost as old as Jackie. just they're like neck and neck as far as
She came for her first birthday.
Oh my gosh.
pushed her in the stroller. She had her little cowboy hat on.
Reagan, when I was little, I remember some sort of grounds that the Ranch Roundup used to be at. It wasn't at the Impact. I forgot what that place is called, but when and where is the Ranch Roundup this year?
Yeah, so it is at K. Yeager Coliseum.
Okay.
So it's indoors, which is great. So, if it's raining, we can still have it.
Yeah.
It's going to be
hot.
Yes.
So we have air conditioning, which is even better. And then, of course, right across the sidewalk is MPEC, which is where our trade show will be.
Yeah.
And so we'll have traditional bit and spurs makers out there along with boutiques. And we'll have some food. It's just going to be a great family-friendly weekend. And, if you want to also get to see a great country artist, we have Randall King that'll be playing Friday night. He is opening up for John Party in the fall, and he's from around here, so he's got family roots close to ours. So he's been nothing but great to work with, and we're really excited to have him
That's awesome.
after the Ranch Roundup on Friday night. So.
Well, I know this is airing a couple of weeks before, but this gives everyone ample opportunity because by the time July 21st and 22nd, it's going to be 100 degrees outside, and this is a great indoor activity.
Yes, and then, a lot of people don't really know what Ranch Roundup really is about.
Yes.
And so it's about the working ranches and what those cowboys and their families do day in and day out. And so getting to see those families compete is really, really cool. And we'll have a cattle dog challenge on Saturday, which you'll have some of those little cow dogs, but they are bossing those cows around. So that's really neat. And it's just a fun experience to come out, whether it's for just one day or both days. And of course, the night of getting to see our trailblazers getting recognized by the committees, and our sponsors have been nothing but so supportive of us, and they're the reason we can continue to do it.
I always say, we get a lot of out-of-town clients that fly in, and if they're from out of Texas, like they might be California, New Jersey, they always say, now, do y'all have that thing called a rodeo going on? And I always say, it's almost, and I love our local rodeos. I love the Archer County Rodeo, the Henrietta Pioneer Reunion. Those are great rodeos. But I always say if you really want to know what goes on, you should go to the Ranch Roundup because it's a different perspective. But this event is big, and you guys have some key sponsors. Remind us who those key sponsors are that help put this together.
Yeah. So we have Friends of the Rehabs. We have some people that have really generously donated to the cause. And then we have Herb Easley Motors, McBride's Steakhouse. We also have Bud Light, and then we have American National Bank.
Oh, cool.
So those are our
sponsors.
presenting sponsors. Of course, we have sponsors that sponsor everything from the people that win the Spurs the night of, or the Bermuda blankets. Without those people, we could not have that money to give back to the 3 charities. It costs a lot of money to put on an event, and so being able to really showcase our sponsors in a way that also helps our ranches, because those ranches are very, very important. They come from all over. There's 10 historic ranches, and 5 of those have been in place since 1981 for us.
Now, is it really competitive? I mean, like, do they come grit and grind to win?
Yes.
They do.
Yes, I mean it's bragging. It's bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
So yeah, it's important for them to win those, and they want to compete in November.
Yeah.
So they practice and they get their horses ready, and it's you just
Some
never know what you're
serious
going
stuff.
to see. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
Is there still wild cow milking?
Yes.
They still do that.
There is wild cow milking.
if you've
Please
never seen
go to YouTube if you have
Go.
not seen that yet to prepare yourself for wild cow
Yeah,
milking.
it's. I was freaked out the first time I saw it.
Really?
That was a long, long time ago. But I was just like, what the? Oh my gosh.
And what's really cool is we have a ranch meeting in the fall, and so a representative from the ranches come and we meet and they work out what events they're going to have. Usually it's the same. Sometimes they change it up a little. Who they would like to have as judges, who they would like for the point system, that kind of thing. So it is their rodeo. They agree on everything, and then
So the ranches decide the parameters of all of this.
and then we make sure that with the WRCA that it is good to go, and then here we go. So,
So, Chris, not very often do we dedicate an entire show to one topic, but
Right.
we are doing that again today because there's still a lot of Ranch Roundup information you need to know and realize. And so, Regan, thank you so much for sitting
for
in on
having
this
me.
first segment.
Yeah.
We're excited. It's just right around the
Well,
corner.
thank you for having me, and we're really proud to have it back in Wichita Falls for another year.
I'm excited. I have a tease. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. When we come back, I'm going to tell you a story about I judged something at the Ranch Roundup one year, and a former, well, he's passed now, a former big personality in this city was there as well, and I have a funny story about that.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At 4 Stars Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we take pleasure in the simple things, like an easy, no-hassle buying experience, simple, transparent pricing, and the smile on the face of another lifelong customer. And with the largest volume of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, the only thing that won't be simple is choosing which one you want to drive home. When it comes to finding your next vehicle, the choice is simple. 4 Stars Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
It's the season at 4 Stars.
Medicare can be confusing. That's why it's important to have a locally born and raised expert to help you understand all your options. I'm Colby Bustacco, and I'm ready to serve you. Medicare changes every year, and that's why it's important to review the changes annually. I understand that everyone's needs are different. That's why I work hard to tailor a plan specifically for you, your family, and your lifestyle. That's the Bustacco way, more personal, more thoughtful, and more trusted.
Welcome back to the social space. It is round 2.
Yes.
Round 2. That's the way we like it. I'm Chris. That's Jackie. There's Andrew. And this is Sandra Rose.
Hello,
She's with
Sandra.
with North Texas Rehab. So she is the queen, the executive director, the almighty.
She runs the show.
She runs that place.
She runs it.
runs it.
I'm just glad to be there.
Yeah.
And we are happy that you're here.
I know it. You were telling us right before we got into this how this thing began.
1981, group of people sitting around a table like this. Falls Distributing, some folks from Budweiser, and the Rib Center. What can we do to celebrate historic ranches? What can we do to keep the cowboy alive? And that's kind of how this all got started. So,
That is
42
awesome.
years ago.
And Sandra, you also mentioned 5 ranches that participated.
There are 10 ranches that participate every year in the Ranch Roundup, and
Okay.
5 of those ranches that began with us in 1981 are still coming back.
Okay,
Wow.
so 5 have been all 42
Never
years.
missed.
You got to tell us who those 5 are.
So the R.A. Brown Ranch.
That's Throckmorton, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay.
The Pitchfork Ranch. The Wagner, W.T. Wagner. The Spade. Tongue River. And I think that's 5. Is that 5?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All-
Good job. Hey, good job.
All 42 years.
42 years. Been with us the whole time.
Now, give us a little bit more of the backstory of Ranch Roundup.
So the idea was, again, to celebrate to historic
Yeah.
ranches and to really be able to showcase what actually happens on a ranch. So what you'll see at Ranch Roundup are the cowboys all work for the ranches that they participate in, and they're doing exactly what they do every day.
Yeah.
So it's really an opportunity. It's an education piece. Lots of people never get a chance to see what that's like, and so
So it's different from a rodeo. It's more
very different from a
yeah.
rodeo.
Yes.
There is no bull riding. There is not. It's traditionally
Right.
what happens on a working ranch, and so that is. And we have people call every year, multiple times. How do I get in? I want to be part of the original Ranch Roundup.
Wow.
We are the original Ranch Rodeo, so it's kind of fun to say, I'm sorry, it's invitation only.
And a lot of these ranch hands, they'll do multiple events, won't they?
Oh yes,
So-
so each team is 5 to 6 ranch hands, and
Okay.
so some of the
Okay.
events only require 4 people.
Sure.
So, but it's right. They bragging rights. We crown a top hand every year. Last year that was Clint Jones from the Pitchfork Ranch,
Okay.
and his horse also won Wagon Master.
Oh,
And
wow.
so we crown a top horse and a top hand, and then a top team. Last year's top team was the Burns Ranch. So from just right there in Clay County.
That's
So
cool.
which event is the most coveted event to win?
You know what? I don't really know about coveted. Now every event has a winner. We crown first, second,
Okay.
and third in each event.
Got it.
There are 5. They compete in 5 events. This year we are bringing a new event, Stray Gathering. We got rid of doctoring, so it's a little more of a team kind of an atmosphere. So we'll add that this year. But we have bronc riding, branding, pinning, Stray Gathering, and wild cow milking. Your Chris Horgan's favorite.
I never want to do it, but I love watching people try.
Yeah.
In wild cow milking, they milk obviously a cow into a Budweiser bottle, and then you have to be able to pour it out. So that's kind of fun. People really
That
like
is crazy. I have seen that.
My personal favorite is pinning. I think that's
That's
really
mine,
fun
too.
to
Yeah.
watch them. That it's like a dance.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
And
how
if
they
you've never seen a good cutting horse, there are lots of them out here. And if you don't understand what they do, you need to go watch.
Yeah.
Because the way those animals work, without a lot of direction, a lot of times they just kind of
It's like they have a
know
sixth
what they're
sense.
supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But yeah, I love penning and team penning. I love watching them do that.
It's pretty fun.
It is.
Well, I like to remind people that, July is a hot month. Usually by July, the time the Ranch Roundup comes, we're kind of getting tired of the heat. But this is great because it's indoors.
Indoors.
So it makes it so nice and comfortable. I always, when you watch penning, it's almost a science. It almost gets quiet in the building. Have you noticed that? Where it's kind of quiet, but you can just see those horses with that spidey sense of what move to take. And then when they get them all in, then the crowd goes crazy.
It's amazing. The Cattle Dog Challenge that we added last year is an even more spellbinding experience
That's
because
cool.
now you're watching dogs work these
Yeah.
cows. We do that in the afternoon on Saturday from 2 to 5. It's incredible. Those little teeny tiny dogs are going after 500, 600, 700 pound cows. I mean, it's amazing. And the dog always wins.
The underdog.
The dog always
And they are
wins.
under, yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So remind us on the activities on that Friday and Saturday, because you could almost make a full day of
You
it.
can absolutely make a full day of it. So Friday morning we start off with the Kids Roundup. Again, educational piece. We're trying to teach ranch life to kids. That's great. It starts at 9:30. Then that wraps up by 11:30. Then it's kind of quiet in the arena for the rest of the day because we're setting up for the Randall King concert, which is that evening. But then Friday night is the rodeo. Across the street, though, in the event center is the trade show, which is wonderful. Then on Saturday, trade show going all day across the way, and then in the arena we start off with the ranch horse competition, which is an incredible opportunity to see some of these horses be able to showcase what they do there. And then on at 2 o'clock we start the dog trial. That's from 2 to 5, and then the rodeo's at 7.
Well, I want to make sure that we get in on this show, Chris, how much money has been raised since all the way back in 1981.
So for 42 years, it's $3.8 million.
Oh my gosh.
Which is an incredible amount of money that goes to the North Texas Rehab, West Texas Boys Ranch, and West Texas Rehab Center. We share that money.
I always say the rehab center here locally is a place where you respect and you love and you're glad it's here, but when you need it, you realize how important it is.
It's an incredible place. I joined the Rehab Center 2.5 years ago, and I've really learned so much about resiliency and what it means to just have to put one foot in front of the other. It is an amazing thing that goes on. We do magic at the Rehab Center.
The saddle. Talk to us about the saddle. And what's this blanket?
So this is a Remuda blanket. This is a blanket that the team that has the best horse flesh will win this. The coveted prize probably is the Remuda prize because that's judged by folks who know horse flesh, and they will pick who they believe has the best overall stock of horses that participate.
Wow.
So this is one of the blankets that'll be there. But the person who wins top hand will receive a saddle, a Robert Mitchell handmade saddle, and they are incredible treasures. Everybody who wins will win some spurs. So there's some spurs here. We have a beautiful buckle. And then there's a gigantic, beautiful trailer, a cattle trailer.
Oh, cool.
So it's If you win the Texas Ranch Roundup, you're going home with some good surprises.
All right, well, let's remind each one the dates one more time.
July 21st and 22nd, 2023 at the KYC.
Awesome.
There you go.
Come to the Unpack.
Hey, what's the cost to get in?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? For the rodeo, I think the tickets start as low as maybe $15.
Okay.
On Friday night for the most expensive tickets, $20.
Concert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not expensive at all. And then to get into the events during the day, it's $5.
Okay.
And of course, all goes to a
All
great
goes
cause.
to charity.
Yeah.
Great causes, I should say.
Yeah.
What a great place to round up your kids and go and then let them experiencing what ranch life is really all about.
Oh yeah, one more question.
Oh.
Do y'all have mutton busting this year?
Oh.
We do not have mutton
Okay.
busting. They do that at the PRCA rodeo,
Okay.
but our ranch kids participate in goat marking,
Okay.
which we bring in some goats, and these little bitty 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds have a rope, and
Okay.
they rope up, and then they put a little sticker on there, and they win a prize. And it is the cutest thing you've ever seen.
I've
because
got
they're
some cowgirls that might be interested in that.
they're cowboys and cow moms and cow dads are really proud of them when they do that. So it's pretty cute.
Goodness gracious. I just envisioned a lot of kids with goats running around with markers trying to get a shot on them. Sandra, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Ranch Roundup, go see. We'll be right back, everybody.
Four incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Town Square Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with News Talk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Town Square Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the Social Space.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the social space, but it's the city space time.
That's right.
Yay. We continue to talk about water conservation
because,
as you know, we are in the middle of summer now. It's hot. Water's going down. It's just nothing we can do about it. It's called evaporation.
Yep.
We can conserve as much as we can and be smart about it, but we can't control the heat taking the water from us, which happens just in nature and the way it goes. And we lose millions of gallons of water, believe it or not, over that big Lake Arrowhead that just evaporate into space
Yep.
and go rain on somebody else. So what we can do is we can continue to conserve the best way we know how. And there's a great program the City of Wichita Falls offers called My H2O. It is like an app kind of deal. You sign up for it. I don't think it's more of a monitoring way to do it. Since we have the cool water meters in Wichita Falls that are digital, they actually transmit your water usage back, to a receiving station who compiles. That's how they get your bill. That's how they know how much you used. This thing will monitor your water usage and tell you if you have a leak. You'll be able to tell if you have a leak.
That's most important.
If you have, if something's dripping
Yeah.
and you don't know about it somewhere, you've got a faucet outside that you never use that is just tink, 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 tink. It will tell you that everything's off in your house, but you're still using water. So you better go figure out what it is. Or if you have a slab leak, or if you've got, if something's if you're on vacation, if you're in the Caribbean having a great time, in your summer vacation, and you can look at it real quick and see if there's water running at your house. And if there is, you can call some friends or whatever, or you can call the city and have it go get shut off. They can just go shut it off to an emergency cutoff and stop whatever your problem is. But there are so many different things. It's free. It's an easy sign up. You just have to be a Wichita Falls water customer, and you can sign up for it. And it really does give you a better look at how much water you use, and maybe in all that, it'll help you realize there are ways you can still conserve.
Will it give you the time frame of when your highest water usage is?
I think you can break that down, yeah.
Okay, so you can break the data down?
Yeah, it's really, really neat. And I want to say it's not real time, but it's updated like every 10 or 15 minutes, as often as the meter talks to the receiving station or wherever it goes through the interwebs and the air.
And technology just changes the world,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
But at first we had limited supply of how many people could sign up for that. But they did an audit. There were people that hadn't logged on in like 2 years, so they started moving people out and letting new people come in that want to use it. So it's just another great way that the city's
So where do you go to the city website?
Yeah, you can just go to wichitafallstx.gov, and how do I, in that section, just put my H2O, and you just hit enter, and it'll bring it right up, and you can get yourself signed up. It is super easy.
That's cool.
And super good, and super important right now.
I always say I like summer till it gets to about August the 1st, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
But you're always thinking, can we just skip August and go into September? Because I always feel like at least it's September, fall is coming.
Sure. Well, then 2 weeks later after you say that, it's winter. And then it's back to summer again. And then it's something that smells like fall, but then it gets cold and it snows. So, I don't know.
But you know what? This is where we live.
It
And
is.
so July and August are just tough months.
And that's why we get to make fun of it, is because we deal with it all the time. So I'm glad we can laugh about it.
All right, My H2O.
My H2O.
There you go.
I love it.
Awesome.
Listen, thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yes.
Thank you for watching today. Hope you had fun. Texas Ranch Roundup is
Yes,
coming up.
get to the Ranch
It's going to
Roundup.
be, it's always fun. Don't forget, if you watch the wild cow milking, think of me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
This is a problem. That grind, that click, that constant leak. Whatever it is, you heard it last year, and you probably put it on your to-do list. Ah, the famous to-do list. Well, that list gets long, and so do the days. But your AC still needs a tune-up. You could wait for that first triple-digit degree day.
We're talking about consecutive days of triple-digit heat.
Or you could call
James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. This is Laura.
Hey Laura, good to see you again. We don't like 102-degree weather, but we're climbing the ladder. We don't prefer hanging out in the crawl space, but we're down there chasing the leak. And we don't like when your AC has problems, but we like to fix them. James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Yeah, so I'm a finalist for the Remodeler's Advantage Impact Award. Do I deserve it? Well, deserve is a strong word. Yes.
Axis Construction, how can I help you? I'm sorry, he's currently in a meeting right now. Can I take a message?
Yeah, we've got a great team. I love everybody here. I like to give them freedom to do their best work and space. I like to encourage and support them so that they can do everything that they want to do.
Working with Jeremy has been, you want me to say a word or just, he's creative, tall, courageous, and bold. Jeremy is ambitious, a very tall leader. What's that say?
This is like kind of out of my comfort zone. Y'all probably didn't catch any of this.
We're rolling.
Oh.
I can't read that one.
Yeah, I'm humble. I'm like the most humble guy I know. Anybody wants to argue with me, they're wrong.
Humble.
He's a thoughtful boss, lets us get our work done, gives us our space, little distractions.
Charlie, that really hurt.
To get the best work done in a day, I need complete silence and no distractions. And sometimes that could be difficult working around Jeremy. Other than that, I love it.
RA, on a serious note, thank you so much for nominating me as an Impact Award finalist. To my friends at Velocity, you challenge and encourage me, and I appreciate you more than you know. And to our team at Axis Construction, you inspire me to be better every day. Thank you.